Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm 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 welcome to Speak. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. Who you with, Kirk, dog? I want to welcome everyone to the show on, oh man, y'all been in early. Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is in the house. Welcome y'all to the show. Y'all can live chat with us during the show. We're live every day, Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely tune in and be a part of the show. You can live chat with us during the show. If you are on Facebook, please take the time, go over to the page, Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, dog. For when you do make a comment, I can put them on the stream and people can actually see your comments. If you're on my personal page, just switch over. Also, a couple of announcements. Don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday, Friendship West will be giving out free food and water tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Please get there early. First come, first serve. You don't need to register. You just need to show up early. Free food and water for the community, regardless of which community you live in. If you need it, it's available. What's going on? Marcellus Smith is in the house. Man, you up in here early. Tonight it's not Thursday night now. I know you'll be in tomorrow night when this risky. Come on. But I'm always happy to see whenever you drop in. I appreciate you for always supporting the show. We're going to hit on a couple of things today. Hopefully this is the first part of with Rudy and Trump and all of them, since Rudy apartment and office was raided by the FBI today. And we're going to hit on that a little bit. And we also going to hit on an update from Ahmaud Arbery case. And then we also going to talk about Andrew Brown Jr. case again. Man, they try to do us so wrong. So wrong. But we're going to talk about it. You can let us know how you feel about things. And you may not agree with some of the things I may say, but everybody have an opinion. Long as you are honest, not coming with conspiracy theory, everybody is welcome on this show. I don't care who you support or who you don't support. Everybody is welcome. So hopefully y'all ready for the ride. I know I'm in. Once again, if you're just not tuning in, you are listening to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. I'm in. Who you with, Kirk, dog. And also, if you're in a metroplex, please be careful. The weather is getting ready to roll in. I believe there's some tornado watches out, so please be safe. So today, old Rudy, I guess he got a rude awakening. Federal agent executed a search warrant Wednesday at Manhattan apartment and office of Rudy Giuliani. His attorney said that advancing a criminal investigation by federal prosecutor that has been underway for more than 2 years. Giuliani, who served as former President Donald Trump personal lawyer, has been the focus of an investigation concerning his activity in Ukraine, including whether he conducted illegal lobbying for Ukrainian officials while he pursued an investigation linked to Trump's primary political rival, President Joe Biden. CNN has reported Giuliani hasn't been charged and has denied wrongdoing. It is unusual for a prosecutor to execute a search warrant on a lawyer, although Manhattan federal prosecutors have done so before, most notably in recent years against another former lawyer for Trump, Michael Cohen. On Wednesday afternoon, an attorney for Giuliani, Robert Costello, said the warrant described. Welcome to the show, Sheila Cadell Dennis, watching on Facebook. If you could, please go over to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog on Facebook. But when you do make comments, I can put them on the stream. Said the warrant described an investigation into possible violation of foreign lobbying laws and that it sought communication between Giuliani and people, including a former colleague for the Hill, John Solomon. As part of the same investigation, agent on Wednesday also executed a search warrant at the home of Victoria Tunis, which a lawyer for Giuliani ally, a spokesperson for Tunis said a person briefed on the matter later clarified that the house itself wasn't searched, but that a phone was handed over when agent arrived at 6 a.m. So that's going to be interesting. I'm like you, Marcellus. I wonder what did they find too, because I know there's going to be some stuff come out of that. And then also, why is my TV? My monitor is not working. Also, because my whole thing is when you in that position, you have you given them enough time. They knew the investigation was coming. They've been knowing this for a while. Why did you give them heads up? You should have just basically surprise, 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 and that would have been great. Welcome to the show. Radio Chaos is in the house. My brother from Canada, always watching. Thank you for supporting the show. I saw Giuliani's son on the news today. He's grinning just like his doing. Okay, I can't do it. T-Cal is in the house. Also, welcome, T-Cal. What's up, Kurt Dog? Happy Wednesday. Hey, I appreciate y'all for continue to support the show, regardless of where you are. Please, if you watching, you can let us know that you are watching. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting because I feel all of this is going to lead back to Trump, because we know Trump have done some dirt. That is won't be surprising to me what they may find, but at some point, I hope they find enough stuff to get them to lock them up. Let's use Trump term when he was talking about Hillary, lock her up. Well, let's lock them up. Lock them up because we know they did some wrong. And unfortunately, when it comes down to Rudy, he's going to have a lot of information on Trump. Now, what a lot of people don't realize, you hear about this sometime, you text things and then you end up deleting your text and you think that's the end of it. But they could go to that phone company and get texts from years back. So I could just imagine when those come out. So that's going to be very interesting. So I'm all for it. I'm ready for justice to be served in this situation.
it definitely needs to be served. And speaking of justice, please do not forget Saturday, May 1st is the last day you can vote for this election, your local election. Regardless of where you are, you need to get out and vote. If you are in the US, you need to get out and vote. Um, Sheila Cadell Dennis said, "I want to see if 45 stand by him like he made a fool of himself for 45." Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Like I said, Sheila, if you can go over to speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog page, then I could put your comments um, in the chat. I could put it where people can see it and read it for themselves. I'm actually um, put it up for you can actually see it, and you can just click on that page. Uh, um, yeah, that's it. Um, so if you go over to that page, you can actually um, go to the page and turn around, and when you make comments, I can actually add it on to the stream, just like I put my message up. You can also I can put yours up also. So definitely take the time out and do it. Want you to be a part of the show and get the full effect of the show. Um, because sometimes when people make comments, it starts at a conversation. So, but I wonder if 45 gonna stand by him. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. For the simple fact, 45 don't care about nobody but himself. When that ship is sinking, he's gonna jump off. He don't care about them. They stood behind him all that time, and they will be committed to him. They will be committed to him until the end. That's how he brainwashed them so much, making them think he's this power. Not unless he got some stuff on them too. Now, if he have some stuff on them, that's completely different, and they're gonna stand by him. But trust me, Trump is one of those type of people. He always has something in his back pocket. And I think when it come down to this situation, Trump probably would throw them under the bus before they throw him under the bus. It would take a lot for them to actually just come out and say, okay, Trump did this, Trump did that. Not sure if we got a call coming in. I hope it is. Hold on. Speak. Okay, whoever keep getting my numbers out to hide, talking about exclusive invitation, lose my number. Hey, I didn't know who it was. It was a East Texas number. I'm like, okay, I don't know if this somebody trying to call in and make a comment or what, but I'm tired of blocking these numbers off. And whoever gave my number out, lose my number. Because I would never give your number out to somebody without your permission. Um, uh, Once again, people, if you're in the North Texas area, um, tornado warnings in effect for part of Tarrant County and all of North Texas up on the tornado watch. So it is a tornado warning in part of Tarrant County. If you are in Tarrant County, please be careful and take cover. Um, Radio said, I bet Giuliani hair dye is running pretty good tonight from the sweating he must be doing. Exactly. I would say he probably when that came in at 6 o'clock this morning. Woo. Um, okay, there you go, Sheila. You finally got on there. Cool. Found the hello. Sheila finally got on there. So whatever comments you make, I will put them up on the stream. As long as you're telling the truth. because we has in no conspiracy, because we do have people that come through and they do a lot of conspiracy. So we don't allow those comments to come on. Oh, I see you switched over to YouTube. That's cool. Well, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, share, tell a friend. Click the notification for whenever we come on. You know that we're on live and you can actually chat live with us during the show. So I appreciate you for supporting the show. And yeah, it's going to be interesting watching this case. But the thing is, when it all comes down, you're gonna have, I'm asking, who gonna be the first one to snitch? Or not really snitching, but telling what they know. Because a lot of them know some dirt on Trump that they're really not trying to tell. And probably because they have done some stuff, and Trump probably uh, allegedly blackmailing them. That if you tell on me, I'll tell on you. Kind of like the elected official, I forgot his name, down in Florida, that is facing these sexual allegations, and I believe it's trafficking, allegedly trafficking. So, and that's Trump homeboy. So it's going to be interesting. Um, Sheila said, "Truth, hope." We had his hair on when they knocked. When they knocked, share page. Always in support. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope he did have his hair on too when they did knock, because I could just imagine when he got up to my, who is this knocking on the door this time of morning? And I'm sure they did not come up and say. They probably came in mighty heavy, but hopefully when it come down to it, they hold these folks accountable, and I hope it's not a long, drawn out cases, because they are a certain age group, and we need for justice to be done. We need to know the truth, and hopefully they will not take the easy route out. Um, See, I told you I cannot read Radio Chaos message when while I'm talking. Um, yeah, but hopefully they don't take the easy way out, because some people don't know how to deal with stress. And when you're a certain age and you know you've done a lot of dirt, and now you possibly going to spend the rest of your life in prison, you don't have nothing to lose. So him and his mega robe bathrobe gonna go see Big Bubble, and that's funny on that one. Radio. I wasn't prepared for that one. So what's going on, big brother? How you doing? I see you and came up in the show. I'm doing good. I'm doing good tonight. Hopefully you're doing good, and um, you can be part of the show. We talking about Rudy Giuliani uh, apartment being raided by the FBI right now, and also um, he also uh, another associate office was raided, and they did take a cell phone, so that will be interesting. He wasn't arrested. He was not arrested. He they just searched his office in his home, but he was not arrested. So that's going to be another issue down the road. So T Cal speaking of radio and Marcellus, which is cool. Hey, we're like a family here. We done built a bond with each other, so that's a good thing. Uh oh, hold on. Helping my daughter with her second homework, but yes, I did hear about Juliana Strange. Um, what I would definitely do right. We don't want to lead the kids in the wrong way, so I'll put a filter on tonight. Um, So, well, that's good. It's always good. And see, they say, I'm glad you helping your daughter do her homework. That's what a great father will do. Spend time with the kids and make sure the kids are straight first. So I appreciate that. And uh, no, we don't need for them to share space, not unless they have Big Bubba in there in the same cell with them. That would be interesting if they all in the same cell together. Um, that's what I'm talking about. See, we got nothing but love on the show. Hey, T. Cal, Marcella's big brother, and Sheila. That's what I'm talking about. This ain't nothing but love. Um, so on this one, man, I it's a good thing, but it's also Ahmaud Arbery. Uh, at least they are stepping up and doing some big things within that case. Um, the U.S. did indict 3 on hate crimes and the death of Ahmaud Arbery, which is good. I don't know why it took so long. And a lot of time, it takes so long for them to do things. So today, the Justice Department brought federal hate crime charges in the death of Ahmaud Arbery, charging a father and son who armed themselves, chased and fatally shot the 25-year-old black man after spotting him running in their Georgia neighborhood. Travis Michael and his father Gregory were charged along with a third man, William Roddy Brown, with 1 count of interference with civil rights and attempting kidnapping. The McMichaels are also charged with using, carrying, brandishing a firearm during a crime of violence. The case is the most significant civil rights prosecution undertaken to date by the Biden administration Justice Department, and comes as federal officials have moved quickly to open sweeping investigation into troubling police department as civil rights takes center stage among the department's priority. The indictment charged that McMichael um, armed himself with firearm, got into a truck and chased Arbery through the public street of the neighborhood while yelling at Arbery, using their truck to cut off his route and threatening him with firearm. It will also allege that Brian got out into a truck and then chased Arbery, using the vehicle to block his path. So, as we all know, Arbery 25 was killed on February 23rd, 2020 by 3 close-range shotgun blasts after the Michael pursued him in a pickup truck as he was running through their neighborhood. Arbery had been dead for more than 2 months when a cell phone video of the shooting was leaked online and a national outcry erupted. So I'm glad they taken a step with it and holding them accountable. Now they can file these charges, but it don't mean a thing if they're not gonna actually find them guilty of it. So we definitely need to make sure uh, we hold them accountable. Yeah, I feel like it took a long time uh, that this case actually to get to this point. It's been over a year now, and now they just not filing um, uh, hate crime against them or um, either way. Well, I can't say it's been over a year. I'm gonna say January, February, March, April, 4 months, because we know the last administration wasn't going to do anything about it. We know that it's safe to say he probably said behind closed doors, allegedly, he probably praised them for what they done. We seen the type of action he's done. When people say white power, he will show he will retweet things like that and feel like he's above the law. But hopefully, they end up getting enough evidence to hold him accountable for the crimes that he committed. Even the fact that we could go back to Central Park 5 when he ended up taking out a full newspaper saying they should be lynched. And because of that, because of his influence, one of them committed suicide because of what he went through while he was in prison. And that's just terrible. And I think it's safe to say also the reason why Trump did those things, it had nothing to do about the case. It was the fact that they was black. That's not the first time Trump been racist, and it won't be the last time. So I know I'm gonna get some hate mail about it, but I don't care. Um, I'm like you, Sheila. Thank God for modern technology. You are right, because if it wasn't for the technology that we have today, a lot of things will be hard to prove. And even with the technology that we have today, some things, it could be right on videotape, and people will swear up and down they seen something completely different. So it's definitely a difference, and it's good to have it, but it also, we need people in place that's going to hold them accountable. And when I think about that, let's go back to Rodney King, how those officers got out for almost killing him, beating him to death, even though it was a videotape. I don't know who those jury was, but to find him not guilty. That's why I say all the time, it's important to vote, get registered to vote, and vote. Because if you do, and you get that notice to go to jury duty, you show up. Don't try to get out of it, show up. You can make a difference by being on that jury. You can hear the trial for yourself, not the bits and pieces that the media is going to give us. But if you're on the jury duty, you can see the evidence. You can hear the trial and the testimonies, the full testimony. And then you can make a fine decision if a person is guilty or not. So, yeah. So it's very important to do your civic duty, get out and vote, and go to jury duty. Go to jury duty. So in this case, I'm glad that charges have been filed, and hopefully the right thing take place and they are found guilty and held accountable for their action. Because even with the video, you get the right person up in there, and they'll make you think you've seen something completely different. That's kind of like with all this conspiracy theory that is going on. Even though you know what's right, they will tell you things and make you think a different way. So definitely um, do what you have to do to support them. To do your civic duty by voting, and also getting out and I'm sorry, I had the wrong story up. Getting out and being able to let it be heard. So I know we've been talking about this case all week long. Andrew Brown Jr. case, which we need to continue to talk about it. I said the other night, why they not releasing the video? Because I feel like they're trying to remix the video, make it seem like what it wasn't. And then on top of that, they also probably waiting until something else happened to take our mind off of it. That's how they would do. So today, a North Carolina judge reject bid for public release of body cam video in the Andrew Brown Jr. shooting. Jeff Foster will allow the man's immediate family and lawyer to view the footage in the next 10 days. Why are we waiting? Now here's the thing. I've heard the talk. I've heard my bad. I'm just off the chain. I'm gonna say what come to my mind. Um, Now the thing else, I said if this is not true, if everything they're saying that Andrew Brown Jr. have said or have done, release the video, clear it up. If these attorneys are saying the wrong thing, the way that you prove them wrong is showing the video. Show the video. Video don't lie. But they're saying it's it's not it's a lot of unknown going on. I'm sorry. So I feel you're right, big brother. That's what I said before. If they tamper with evidence, they will cause more riot. I feel like that's the reason why they delaying it. Delaying the release of the video. Why should it take 30 days? Why should it take 10 days to show it to the attorneys and family? Because the thing is, with the 20 seconds, they've already shown them what's enough to see his hands was firmly on the steering wheel. And with that being said, why you want to delay it? Why did they call for a state of emergency? So I'm like, what's the issue? What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to cover up? Because it's something just ain't right. Something is not right. Put it like this. If I was in that situation where I know everything is true, that this guy went after the police department, I would have released the video. I released the unedited version. They talking about, well, they trying to protect the people that was there. They part of the investigation. Because if it proved they're wrong, if they prove they're wrong, it's going to come out either way. Their identity is going to come out. So yeah, what's the purpose of waiting? Why wait? Welcome to the show, Michael. Software made in the last few years make it super easy to mess with videos and or make deep fakes. Yeah, it's super easy to do it. You can remix a video in a heartbeat. Look at TikTok. They do it all the time. When they have all these different uh, silhouette challenges. They dress one way, then turn around and dress another way in the same video. I don't know how they do it, but the technology is out there. Sheila said, um, that's so messed up. It's hard to even say anything about it because it is so messed up. And I'm using the word messed up. Plus, we got a child within ear range. Yeah. And I feel it's some cover up going on. They feel that we will forget about it. We will stop talking about it. As soon as something else happened, it'll take the attention off Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Well, it's not. As long as I have a voice and until y'all do what's right, I'm gonna talk about it. I don't care if I have to talk about it every show. We're gonna continue to talk about this to keep it fresh on people's minds because this is unnecessary. I understand Elizabeth City is uh, a good boring city. I understand that. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if y'all trying to justify what happened at the murder of Andre Brown Jr., you will be held accountable. You will be. That's why it's so important. And I know people probably tired of me talking about getting out and vote. But if you are in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, that judge is an elected official. Let him know how you feel when you go to the poll. When it's time for him to get reelected, vote him out. That's why it's so important to keep voting every election. Because if you don't go vote, these type of judges can get in there. They could get in that position to make it easy for wrongdoing. And they'll make it harsh when it's somebody who don't look like them. We need elected officials that would do what's right, regardless of how somebody may feel. It's always going to be people that agree and disagree, whatever your action may be. But if we know that we have get out and vote, and we vote somebody in there that's going to do the right thing or supposed to do the right thing, or even the person that we feel would do the right thing, we get somebody in like that, we will be okay. Where they represent everybody and not just particular um, category of people, a race of people. We need to need elected officials that are going to be equal across the board, and not ones that want to pick and choose. So you're telling me that with all these officers out there, with all these officers out there, all these video cameras, body cameras that was there, and you could only release 20 seconds of the body cam. Now, here's another thing. That police chief had lied. When he did the news conference, or someone put out a statement It was either the police chief or else the district attorney, but somebody representing that city said the total time of the video was about 30 seconds of video. That's what came out in the report. 30 seconds of video. But here it goes. So if it's 30 seconds of video, we got to wait a day for each second in order to let the people know exactly what happened. But once again, you ordered a state of emergency. You turned around, promised the video was coming out. Now this judge is saying at least 30 days and at least 10 days before the family and the attorneys can see it. If that don't sound like a cover-up to me, help me understand, because it sounds like a cover-up. And I understand Elizabeth City, North Carolina, that's a good old bar country. And probably most of the people up there know everybody because it's a small town. And they vote because they know people, how their personal relationship is. But you got to overlook your personal relationship and see what they stand on, the principle they stand on, and make your decision like that. If somebody who I knew was running for office, and if I know they crooked, I'm not voting for them. I wouldn't do it. So, yeah, Elizabeth City, y'all need to be running to the polls. Get rid of that judge. T. Kyle says, show the video. It's that plain and simple. I agree. That's not hard. That's not hard to do. If you're saying that it shows him backing up and hitting the officer, show the video before the shooting. If that's what you're putting out in the media, show the video. Unedited video. Because you can remix a video and make it look like he bagging up, but he not. So show the video. Big brother said to make deep fakes for this video. Yeah, that's what they doing. They buying time. Buying time before they have to show this video. Oh, well, my wife been pushing me to do it, but they not ready because I'm very outspoken and they wouldn't be ready for me because whatever dirt they try to find on me, I would already let it be known. But don't get me wrong, I'm definitely considering it. So you never know. If it comes out, I will know. You will know. So it have been something I've talked about for years. I may start off on the school board first. I don't know. But it's something that I have talked about. My wife encouraging me to do it. So I have to check and see. Um, so if it happened, y'all will know. Sheila said they talking about 30 days. They want people to act up so they have a reason to like people up. Oh, excuse me. They have they can have a reason to like. I assume you're saying light people up or whatever. Like you said, it's a distraction. Yes, it's a distraction. They want people to forget about this. Think about it. Same day they announced that um, make this announcement about not releasing the video. Same day they talk about Ahmaud Arbery killers indicted on hate crime. So they will try to distract us however they can. But we don't need to fall for the banana in the tailpipe and lose focus on this. We need to make sure we keep this fresh on everybody's mind and let them know we're not going to stop talking about this. We're going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to bring it to the forefront and make people aware of it. And not only that, if you have young kids, sit down and talk with them about the true history of America. Not this sugar-coated stuff they have in schools. Not this that our piece of a government that we have, Greg Abbott, um, get upset about and say we shouldn't compare the police department to the Klans. If the shoe fit, wear it. Just like the Klans used to kill our ancestors. What is the police doing? It's killing our family members, our friends, our future, unarmed. Just like back in the days, our ancestors, most of them was unarmed. All up on the lie, they felt they was right. So yeah, we need to hold them accountable. We need to teach the true history of America in all schools. That's just like here in Texas. Not only is Greg Abbott up for re-election this year, Dan Patrick, Ken Paxton, the Board of Education is up for re-election this year. So we need to make sure we hold them accountable. Now, I'm just talking about in Texas. I don't know where everybody is located, but please, you need to find out who's running this coming up November in your city, in your state, to make sure we can hold them accountable. Then on top of that, if you are a felon and you're off papers, you paid all your dues, go to vote.org and you could get your voting rights back in most states. So definitely take advantage of it. I don't want to hear nobody saying my vote don't count. The only way your vote don't count if you don't get out and vote. Because if your vote did not count, they would not be doing this voter suppression, modern day voter suppression, cutting down the early voting times. At first, early voting the polls was open 7 to 7. Now they want to cut down the days, want to open up at 8, close at 5. Most people 8 o'clock, they on their way to work are already at work. 5 o'clock, they still at work. So they trying to prevent those people from voting. So you definitely need to vote some people out to let them know you're not standing for it. You're not going to stand for it. Sheila said, I meant so they can lock people up. They want people to act up. That's what I meant. Okay, cool. I feel you. That's another thing. A lot of these There's something else we need to pay attention to, because even in Florida, that governor is it been lawsuit filed against him, because what he want to do, people that are protesting, he want to charge them with a felony where they unable to vote anymore. So you got to be careful about certain states doing things like this any way they can to keep you from voting. But what they're not telling you, yeah, if you charge with a felony and you pay all your dues, you off papers and all of this, guess what? You have the opportunity of getting your voting right restored. That's that scare tactic that they're using. Oh, I could get them a felony. They'll never be able to vote. That's what people feel like. But if you don't do your research and find out that you can get your voting rights back, you can. Long as you off papers, you paid all your dues. You can get it back. And if you know somebody that fit in that category, let them know. You can get your voting rights back. Get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. Micah said part of American history has been trouble, but overall, America is the best country in the world. I agree. A lot of it has been troubling. A lot of it is it's a bit stain on America itself. From the time they stole the land from Native Americans, from the 400 plus years of slavery. And let the truth be told, some people still in slavery today. If we wasn't, we would get paid a fair wage, not this 7.25 in Texas minimum wage. 7.25, you going to work to pay bills, and you're still going to be struggling. You're still going to have to get assistance. When they talk about the crime rates going up, when people cannot afford to live, they're going to have to do something to make up the difference. I'm not saying it's right. I don't steal. I don't lie. But that's why when the district attorney, the prosecutor here, John Cruz, said last year, he would not prosecute people that is stealing baby formula or food, stuff they need to survive. They won't prosecute him because he have an understanding. It's a struggle. When the pandemic hit, it just made it worse. Now, I'm not saying somebody go up in the grocery store and steal 20 things of Similac, but if you going in there, you don't have no food. You have to survive. If you have kids at home, going to bed hungry, you have to survive. You need to take care of your kids. Then on top of that, when the schools start closing down, a lot of time, the only meal a child would get would be breakfast at the school and lunch. And that was their meal for the day. That's why when I hear about Friendship West giving out food and water, I support that. I support that because they doing exactly what they should be doing, helping the community. That's what Pastor Haynes teach, helping someone. And I support that because I see the work that he do and the church does. That's why I always talk about it. When I know about it, I talk about it. Hey, this Thursday, Friendship West giving out free food and water. Start at 10 o'clock, first come, first serve. You don't have to sign up for it. Have to show up, but show up early. Show up early. First come, first serve. If you can't remember it, go to their website, friendshipwest.org. The information is on there. And if you're in a position, if you are in a position that you can actually uh, donate things, do that. Do that. I can talk about Friendship West all day long. I've been there for almost 20 years. I know the things that they do in the community. Every Sunday before the pandemic, picking up the VIPs. It's the homeless community, but we call them VIPs. Pick them up, clothe them, feed them. Help some get apartments back in the days. Done many of things to help change a person's life. Even today, still in the midst of a pandemic, they still providing food. Not at the church, but they made a connection with people where they can provide meal. That's the type of church I want to be a part of. And also getting fed spiritually. Because when I went to Friendship West, I was going through so much stuff, but it changed my life. Definitely changed my life. I mentioned last week, if you take the time out years ago when I first came there, Pastor Haynes was doing a series, No More Drama, based up on the song, up on Mary J. Blige album, No More Drama. Get that series. Get it. Go on the website, call the church, request for that series. It would definitely change your life. It changed mine. So, but on these cases we talked about, yeah, I'm glad that they decided to file a hate crime against them. I'm glad that the Justice Department is standing up and doing what's right. I'm glad of all of that. But it won't mean anything if we don't find them guilty. We can file these charges, but we have to hold them accountable. That's what's going to make a difference, holding them accountable. And for Elizabeth City, North Carolina, y'all have to do what's right. You have to. Um, but we're going to continue to talk about it, and we're going to continue to let our voice be heard. Um, what we're going to do now, I did it last week and had a little fun doing it. We're gonna shift it a little bit. Um, ask Kurt Dog anything. You can ask me anything, and I will answer. No matter what it is, I will answer. But like I say all the time, be prepared for the answer because I'm very honest and I'm very open. So if it's too personal, I'll tell you, hey, I'm not going to discuss that. That's too personal. But you can ask me anything, and also if it's something that you want to talk about, you can also put it in the chat. Let us know, and you can call or text 972-591-3665. 972-591-3665. Um, and also, we still need to decide. Need to stay focused um, on Amber Geiger. The judge have not ruled on that case yet. I feel she got off with a flap on the wrist. She need to do her time. She should have done more time. That's my opinion. Um, her trying to lower her charges, no, no. You need to do your 10 years and come out, open up a beauty shop. Because by that time you have a lot of experience braiding hair. Um, and also I see that Fed seized electronic from DC area home of Rudy Giuliani. It wasn't just New York, it was also his DC home. So hopefully they do what's right. Hold this man accountable. Yeah, I know he's up in age, but they held Bill accountable. Um, here it is. Bill was blind and they sent him to jail. What's the difference? They should hold him accountable. So, oh, I don't know. Is that that's the officer that she was making a BC with? I mean, allegedly BC. Um, so I don't know. Hopefully, uh, hold on. I'm trying to. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if I don't know. We probably need to find out and see. But hey, the whole thing is they 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 know she did wrong. They know that. She um she was wrong. She just need to take her punishment. You want to lower your charges and you got a flap on the wrist. Yeah, they ought to retrial her and give her a stiffer term, give her what she should have gotten, and not this 10-year sentence. If they want to do a retrial, that's what they should do is turn around and put her in jail for what she should get. Ooh, yeah, that was good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. He may trying to see, is he still a police officer? I'm sure Mark White wasn't happy when he was on the stand. No, that's a hell of a way to find out that your spouse is cheating. I'm just saying, kind of find out he texting a killer. Um, yeah, that's a hell of a way to find out. Um, mm, I wonder how do his wife feel, or should I say? I'm trying to see if he's still married or not. I know. Oh shoot, hold on. I know they say that his uh, I'm trying to see. Um, I don't know if somebody know that information. Reach out to us and let us know because we want to know. Or if they know the wife, if the wife want to come on and talk, she more than welcome to come talk. Or if Mark want to come talk, that's a good question. Are you going to run for office? I don't know. I don't know. That's something I need to pray about and decide where I will be a good fit in. I know I talk about politics a lot. I support candidates that are doing great things, but that is a good question. I may. Um, it's a good chance. I have to see where I fit in and what all I need to do in order to do it. Because I'm very outspoken. They won't find no dirt on me because I don't keep secrets. So, but I think I will be good for the people because I won't lie to them. Oh, she would love that. Y'all don't realize Miss Risky. I actually talked to her yesterday and it threw my days off. And I talked to her real briefly. She's like, "Why are you calling me on a Tuesday?" I don't know. And I thought last night was Wednesday night because I was thinking today was Thursday. But yeah, she would be my fixture. Between her and my wife, I'll probably be totally gray. Her beard, hair, well, what little hair I have, probably be totally gray because they will stay on my case. So, but that would be interesting. I know Miss. I know they both would do a good job. But it's I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it, just trying to see uh, where will be a good fit for me. And it's I have a little time because right now city councils are being elected now. So by the time that time come back around, I would know my position and know exactly what I need to do and go from there. But I think I would be pretty good because one thing about it, I would tell the people the truth. I would let them know up front what's what and wouldn't lie to them. I wouldn't lie to them. And I wouldn't forget once I get in what I did to get in and the people that supported me. But I also would represent everybody, regardless if they voted for me or not. I will represent everyone the right way. And normally, when you have somebody so open and upfront and honest like that, unfortunately, a lot of people won't get behind you. They feel that you're weak. But I know I'm not a weak person. I know I will fight for the people. I will stand up for the voiceless and do what I feel that is right for the community, for everyone. So it's a thought. I haven't discounted it, but it's a thought, and I feel I could do good at it. Hmm. But now I know, um, when my wife go back and look at this video, she's gonna be like, "So what you gonna do? You gonna do this? You gonna do that?" I don't know. I think if I did get in those positions, I'm an advocate for legalization. Nah, but yeah, it's interesting. I might. You never know. I've been talking about it for years, but um, I'm in a new environment, so I have to get accustomed to this environment. So see what's out there, see what's going on, do my homework, and find out exactly what I want to do. So, but don't discount it. I just might, um, because I cannot. I wouldn't be one of those type of people that say I'm gonna do something and don't do it. I will be one of those that do exactly what I say. And if I can't do it, I'll be the first one to say I can't do it. And I'm my worst critic. I critic myself quite a bit, even with doing this show. Um, even with doing this show, I'm my worst critic. Radio said, "Are you comfortable with public speaking?" I'm a very shy person. Radio, stop laughing. Uh, I'm very shy, to be honest with you. On certain shows, I do get nervous. But in just about every show before I do it, I get nervous. But if I'm feel I'm speaking the truth, all that fear goes away because I know if I'm uh, coming back talking about this, that, or whatever, if it's the truth, I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna speak the truth. And I have a friend, which I didn't get a chance to call them back today, but they text me and asked me some question, and hopefully we could get them on the show one day next week. But they asked me some question, and just like when I have guests on the show, I always tell them to be yourself. Forget about all the people that's going to be watching. It's only you and I having a conversation. That's the way you look at it. So why I'm up here having a conversation with y'all, I'm looking at my picture in the monitor. Well, I'm in the two monitors, but I'm looking at my picture. And it's just the fact that if nobody is commenting, I feel like, is anybody looking? I can see all the numbers of the show, all the people that is actually on the show. But then I'm like, ain't nobody saying nothing. Then all of a sudden I get off the show, I start receiving messages and text messages. Man, that was a great show. I appreciate you for speaking like that and being honest with people. That's why I always try to add in a segment with speak on it. Ask Kurt Dog anything. Um, if it's something you want to know about me, ask me, and I'll tell you. May not be the way you want me to tell you, but I will tell you. And also, if it's any candidates, we have May 1st around the corner. Um, if you're trying to get elected, you have time to come on to the show to let people know about you. But I'm gonna ask you up front, what are you gonna do for the people? What are you gonna do for that community? How can you help that community? What do you stand on? Because that makes it different. I just cannot have someone come on here, say one thing, then they get in office and forget about what they said on the show. Because not only is the show broadcast live on many platforms, and then I know people share it also. People go back and rewatch the shows. And then we're also on 7 different um, podcast platforms. So they go on there and watch it, and listen to the show on Anchor, Apple. It's 7 different platforms that we broadcast on. So I have to make sure I'm putting out the right information, the right vibe. That's why when I tell people, I understand what you're saying, but you're frustrated with all the police killing. I feel that. I understand. But violence is not the key. Some people say an eye for an eye. Violence is not the key. And I cannot preach violence on here because I can be held accountable. I'm very mindful about what I say for the simple fact I don't want someone to go by with what I'm telling them that should happen. And I'm telling you the wrong way. I have to be able to lead you in the right way, give you the information. And the best way of beating this situation is getting out and vote because I come to find out a lot of people say an eye for an eye or say I'm tired of this. We need to start doing this, doing that. Are some of the people that are not getting out and voting for your local election. Are some of them not even registered to vote? And that's what we need to change. We need to change that. Instead of not being registered to vote, get out and register to vote. Um, I appreciate it, TCAL, but y'all don't know. Sometimes I get nervous because I have to remove my personal feelings from some cases that we talk about. Because I could come on here and um, I could come on here and it could be one of those cases where I'm just fed up and I come in, it becomes a cuss match. I've always been told I could cuss like a sailor. I'm a work in progress. God's still working on me. So I try to do better. So, um, but the thing is, I have to look at it like this. Kind of like Big Brother have his daughter there. I have to look at it. Is his daughter watching with him? Then she hear what I'm saying on the computer or on his phone. Then she go to school tomorrow and repeat what I said. That was negative. I can't do that. I have to be able to, and I'm getting better, express myself in a way where it's not going to put a negative vibe out. Yeah, I'm a work in progress. I'm getting better at cussing, but I'm still a work in progress. Um, I'm mindful that I have to change certain things. Uh, it is. It is. It actually helps. It helps. It helps because last week was rough. Last week was rough. We have Andrew Brown Jr. killing. We have the 16-year-old that was killed by the police. But what I had to do, I had to seriously look at everything because even with Andrew Brown, if you remember on the show, I said, look, I don't know a whole bunch about this case, but if it shows him driving toward officers trying to hit him with the car, that's not good. But all the evidence I've seen now, I heard about, is saying that he didn't do it. And because they are waiting 30 days to show it to the public, it's not good. It's showing me that they lying. They're trying to cover up some things. Then the 16-year-old girl, because when the first report came out, it said a man and a child was killed. And when I looked at it, I didn't see anything about a child. But then I seen the other story about the 16-year-old that was shot by the police. At first, I'm like, wait a minute, why is this 16-year-old being killed? But when I seen the video, I had to look into it and say, you know what? This is justified. And I was nervous about actually saying it was justified for the simple fact. I was like, I was concerned about what people may feel about me. But I have to call it the way I see it for the simple fact. If that young lady did not fall and she wasn't running toward her, that would have been different. But because that young lady fell and she was going after her with the knife, that cop was justified. He had to protect that young lady, regardless of who called. He don't know who called, but he did his job. Unfortunately, because of the times that we are in, with all these police killing of unarmed Black people, this is the pushback we're going to receive. But I think if we wasn't in this trying time, the killing of all these unarmed Black people, I think people would have seen it completely different. So for me, yeah, it's hard. Well, it's not hard, but I feel being in this position, I have to speak what's right. Even if I feel uncomfortable with it, I have to say what is right. I don't have a choice on that because the thing is, I have to answer. I will be held accountable, not by man, but by God when it's all said and done. If I do anything different than what God lead me to do, I will be held accountable for it. So, yeah, that was a justified killing. I hate to say it, but hey, when you look at it, if people remove the color, it was justified. Some people say, well, he didn't have to shoot her 4 times. That's your opinion. We wasn't in that position. We was not the one that had to make a split-second decision. I hate the young lady lost her life, but there was enough adults around there to put a stop to it, and they chose not to. Those are the ones that should be angry at. When that young lady fell and that guy came up and kicked that young lady like he was kicking a field goal, that's who we should be upset at because he's not man enough to step up and say, hey, this is wrong. Instead, he causing it a bigger problem. I cannot respect a man that put his hand on a woman. But this man kicked the woman while she was down. He could have solved the problem. Could have said, hey, y'all work this out. Stop all this. That's why people think Black folks are so angry and mad, aggressive, because of what certain people are doing. Enough is enough. We have to want to change what we do and do things differently. Yeah, I've seen the many videos where certain white folks have charged the police. Matter of fact, I seen one yesterday. Three young white kids, cops sitting on the side of the road. They come up with it wasn't a hockey stick. It was a cricket stick. Come up, hitting the car, throwing rocks at it while the cops sitting in the car. And I'm like, really? I feel if they was black, that cop probably would have shot and said his life was threatened. He sat there while they did it. I assume he was calling for backup. He didn't pull off. He didn't grab his gun, which he shouldn't because they was damaging the car, not him. But I feel if that was a black person, they would have got shot. That's why we need equal justice. Um, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Radio T Cal, Sheila, Cadell Dennis, Big Brother is always in the house. Michael, um, and the many others that have tuned in, that have listened all night but didn't chime in. And it's okay. This is a show for everybody. You can always tune in, be a part of the show. Want to thank everybody for listening tonight. You can, regardless of whatever platform you own, you can actually like the page, subscribe, click the notification for whenever we come on. You can know that we are live and you can be a part of the show. Now, tomorrow night, I know Marcellus will be back on tomorrow night because his home girl, um, his secret, well, I'm not going to put that out there, but Miss Risky will be back on the show tomorrow night. So definitely, I'm sure Marcellus will be back tonight. He only come around when he knows she's gonna be on now. But he always support the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. You can follow me on social media. If you have comments, you can leave them on the page. I will respond. Uh, Please never put links on the page that will get you deleted real quick. So until tomorrow night, I love each and every one of you. Until then, peace.